Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025, Aries. News of illness or employment opportunities could be part of someone that you care about and could have you feeling a bit down in the dumps. A warm, loving letter or call from someone far away might cheer you up. This is a good day to write newsletters or visit or call someone that you haven't heard from in a while. Don't let sad news or the bad mood get the better of you. Taurus, overspending on luxury items might have you feeling the need to tighten your belt a little. This could have you feeling downhearted. Don't blame yourself too much. We all do this from time to time. So get out of the dumps by getting together with a close friend or a lover. Go to a play, concert or a movie. Make some time for any projects that you have in the works. Gemini, reevaluate just what it is that you're working for. If it's fun and relaxation you're after, maybe you're passing it by without even realizing it. The fun you seek is there in front of you, and it would be best if you took advantage of it now, instead of waiting until some magic point at which you feel that you've earned it. Cancer, the illness of a relative or neighbor might have you feeling downhearted today, and the news is likely secondhand, so it might not be as bad as reported. Work may be slow on your own projects as you could have a temporary mental block about what to do next. Perhaps you should put that aside for now. Once they're out of the conscious thoughts, the solution becomes spontaneously. Leo, friends or groups could make excessive demands on your time today. As a generous and service-oriented person, you tend to go along with what others want. This is okay, but you're not serving everyone by letting them step over the line. You can also delegate. Keep busy, but don't overextend yourself. You need to save some energy for tomorrow. Virgo, though you're usually outgoing, today you might feel more shy and reserved, perhaps because of melancholy thoughts, love or friendship. Someone you care about may be away and you miss him or her. People may try to take unfair advantage of you because you're feeling especially vulnerable. You're more likely to let them do it, so please be discriminating. Libra, information regarding spiritual or philosophical matters may not be all that trustworthy and may come your way. Don't take what you hear today at face value. A close friend or lover may be far away and you could feel lonely. The best way to get through the separation is to keep busy, perhaps with study, research, or artistic activities. Scorpio, group activities to get together with friends may not go as well as usual today. You're feeling more reserved and perhaps preoccupied with a friend or romantic partner with whom you might not be on the pulse. Oddly enough, getting out with others is probably the best therapy in spite of your increased shyness. Maybe the best thing to do is to go out alone where people congregate. Sagittarius, a separation from the special someone in your life, perhaps because of a minor disagreement, could have you feeling melancholy today. You could receive an invitation to get together but be unlikely to wanting to go. You're feeling very reserved and introverted than usual. Oddly enough, being with others is probably the best way to get your mind off of your friend. Capricorn, a touch of melancholy and moodiness might have you feeling distance from your entourage, and so you could throw yourself into solitary activities. Your concentration may not be where it should be. Get out and take a long walk or treat yourself to a meal at your favorite restaurant. Your mood will pass by tomorrow. You need to get through it for sure today. Aquarius, you feel romantic and sexy today, but you won't have the opportunity to do anything about it. You may be temporarily separated from the special someone in your life or a potential romantic partner to be available. Cheer yourself up by shopping or reading or watching movies. The separation will pass and then you could make up for the lost time. Pisces, today you may extend an invitation to someone close to you to visit your home, but don't count on the person to being able to make it. Something may come up. Disappointment could make you melancholy, but don't let it get the better of you. Invite someone else or channel that energy into a creative or artistic project. That way, you can enjoy the day anyway, whether they show up or not. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, 3rd December 2025. Do have yourself a great day.
Well, it is Wednesday. It's a brand new day, and it's time to get back down to the wire, get back down to the wheel, unite as St. Lucian's first once more again, and continue the work. Let's go over to our news department and see what we're working with.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polio. The St. Lucia Labour Party SLP has been returned to power for a second consecutive term, capturing a decisive victory with over 55% of the national vote. However, the historic win was overshadowed by a chaotic election day marked by technical failures, wildly inconsistent voter queues, and a major security incident. The police involved a shooting outside a polling station in Dennery North.
The system that we are using, because of the volume of traffic that is on it, you find it drops, and so the persons, when they have to identify them, if they have no identification card or any form of ID, this is what we have to deal with. But as soon as it's backed on, we will just go on the system and flag them as long as their registration number is on and they have the ID.
Reports varied widely regarding the speed of the queues across different constituencies. In the constituency of Gros-Islet, voters at the Gros-Islet Primary School, Grand Riviere Primary and Moshi RC Combined School reported long lines, while voters at the Indies and Aquatic Center polling stations reported a seamless flow in the morning. Similar reports also emanated from Dennery North and Castries Central in the morning. What should have been a routine day at the polls turned into a scene of fear and uncertainty in Dennery North after a confrontation near a polling station ended with a resident being shot by a police officer. The incident unfolded in full view of voters on General Election Day, prompting panic, halting the voting process, and raising urgent questions about the use of force and public safety during mass events.
Si bwa la te ka ale, polis la di sorti la, di polis la kay li ka ale, polis la di moute juste la, di yo wakote ka ale, di polis la mi la ka ale, polis la vini, I bay kulpwe la, I bay kulpwe la, I vie bay polis la kulpwe, polis la fiziwe tous les dépieds. Residents say the incident brought the voting process at the station to a sudden stop as fear spread among individuals waiting to cast their ballots. Concerns are now being raised about police preparedness and whether the situation could have been escalated or de-escalated before force was used. We now continue the broadcast with news that as the world marks the International Day for the Abolition of Slavery, advocates warn that while chains and shackles may be gone, new forms of bondage are emerging, hidden behind screens, systems, and the pressures of modern life. December the 2nd commemorates the UN Convention aimed at ending human exploitation, but this year, global attention is turning to the rise of digital slavery and the subtle tactics that limit human potential. President of ICA, Aaron Alexander, is calling on citizens to recognize these modern systems of control before they take deeper root.
No more chains and shackles on our feet. But in our mindset, a lot of us are still trapped in that inferiority complex where we sometimes think that we are not as good as other races of people. And that causes us to be twice defeated. So in the race of life, we have to know that we are just as good as everybody else. We need to remove that inferiority complex within our mind structure.
Alexander stresses that global elites are tailoring digital devices and other everyday products in ways that undermine the black community, an approach he says contradicts the United Nations commitment to equality. He urges individuals, particularly black youth, to embrace their identity and stay informed about global issues to avoid falling victim to what he describes as a modern system of enslavement. The St. Lucia Fire Service has reported a series of emergency responses over the weekend and into Monday. On Sunday, November 30th, 2025, at approximately 2:04 a.m., firefighters attached to the St. Lucia Fire Service responded to a trauma incident involving an alleged gunshot wounding at Grand Ravine in Dennery. Upon arrival, emergency personnel discovered a male individual lying on the ground.
On arrival at the scene, an adult male was found in a supine position on the ground. An assessment revealed a penetrating wound to the right side of the chest. He was treated, then transported to a medical facility for advanced medical care.
On Saturday, November 29, 2025, officers from the St. Lucia Fire Service responded at around 7:19 a.m. to a motor vehicular collision involving a minibus and a pedestrian along Clark Street in Vieux-Fort. On arrival, an adult male was discovered lying along the roadside and was verbally unresponsive. A medical assessment revealed minor injuries about the body. He was treated on the scene and subsequently transported to a medical facility for advanced medical care. Police investigations into the matter are ongoing, and the Royal St. Lucia Police Force indicates that charges will be laid in due course. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report with Lisa Joseph. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a break. We'll be back. Young people continues to just shine and flourish and it always brings a joy to our heart, because guess what? We say it so loosely, they are the future, you know, and sometimes I think sometimes we don't really digest what we really mean when we just say it loosely like that. But trust me, when we see our young people are doing great things, it really is a reason to stop, acknowledge, and highlight some of the good things that we're seeing amongst our young people. Now, this young lady, well, let's just talk to her and let you get into the story yourself. Well, I watched this young lady grow up, really. I think I watched a little girl grow up, but she's flourished into a wonderful young lady, owning her own space after some time of questioning whether or not she belonged, because mommy is talented. That's the daughter of Evelyn Lagore, Hattie's Hard Restaurant. Yeah. Mommy is very good with her hands. Mm-hmm. Sister, JLU Design, also very talented creatively. And she asking herself, oh, wait, where is my talent?
And all of this, I know.
But you have now found your space.
Yes.
And you're content of what it really is, now that you've discovering what it is and forming your own company at that as well. So let's talk about that journey now, Tyler.
Thank you. I am more than content because as we discussed earlier, it really was a matter of where do I fit in if talent is only considered what you do with your hands or your singing voice or your body. And for me, it has always been my brain. I like to figure things out. I like to solve problems. And that's where my line of work took me. I've been in project management for the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. So I've been helping both in the private sector and the public sector. And once I really had that moment of questioning, it was really the first time that I questioned myself. I came to the realization that yes, your talent is your God-given passion for helping other persons take an innovative idea, as small as it is, and make it blossom into something that's that can build profits and that can give you some type of gain.
Right. But for a very long time, you were actually just doing it as...
doing it. Yes, I was doing it again. In the first instance, as my profession, I worked with the St. Lucia Chamber of Commerce, and then I did multiple stints with the government of St. Lucia. So that was again paid works on projects. And for my sister, my family, my friends, I would help them register businesses, get certain ideas through to different financing organizations, etc. And I did that for no gain for myself, but only just to see them do well. And I figured that, of course, if this is a talent that I do have, and St. Lucia is at a critical point where we are trying to build our competitiveness in the business environment, not just locally, but regionally and internationally, why not help others? Why not do it where I can actually get some gain from it and also build my platform and my brand on that?
By that time, I guess you're realizing everybody didn't have what you had, right? Because you were quite some successful spin-off from some of the people and the work that you've put into some companies.
Absolutely. So, for instance, with regards to again, I don't want to name drop, so I'll only mention family at this point. But with regards to Gelo Atelier, when my sister came from university, I was just graduating the South Louis Community College. And my sister just had the talent, but not, again, the business mindset. Now, Gelo Atelier has a reputable custom design brand, which does an average of 20 weddings a year, dressing bridal parties. Gelo Atelier also does costume pageantry gowns, which is another custom piece. And we also have rolling out retail lines, which include swimwear and as well as resort wear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We spoke earlier about innovation. I'm trying to pinpoint my mind. I tell you, that was very innovative, and I'm trying to think of what it was.
And that is, well, that is a gift from my company to you this Christmas season. It is the Business Boost gift certificate. A lot of persons tend to give hard physical gifts, a bottle of perfume or something that's very nice and ornamental. But you have to understand that we're at a point where persons want to do for themselves. Something sentimental could very well be a Business Boost package where persons can have the opportunity to work with me to do their initial business analysis, whether it is an idea that they have or they are in the startup phase of their business and need to identify some of their operating gaps or their product gaps that they need to close. I'm here to facilitate that. So for, again, the gift certificates have different price points. So you could get it as low as $100, or you could go all the way up to $500, which allows persons to get more opportunities to sit with me, to look through their client base, to also look at their customer ID, their customer profiles, and seeing how they can, of course, turn around that information into something strategic so that they can grow.
Oh my God. And put out the business name again, because this is just complete. We're going to stay close to you. As a matter of fact, I think we want to give away one for Christmas. Maybe we'll talk about it from our Christmas program. We can definitely do that. So put out your handles. How can we follow everything?
So you could follow me on TJL Direct. It's the letters TJL Direct. So you could follow me on all social media. We have social media handles for Facebook, X, as well as Instagram. And also we have a WhatsApp platform. So you could also contact us on WhatsApp, business WhatsApp, 720-4284.
Wonderful. Toila, you are blossoming into something really remarkable. And St. Lucia is proud, I'm sure, to have you and what is to come.
Of course.
And Mommy, of course, is proud. Mommy?
Yes.
She has all up in the air. The nose raised high.
I know she's seeing this before it even hits 10, right? So yes, big up Mommy.
Absolutely. And all the best. All the best.
Right,
any
thank
last
you.
word? Any take home point to...
Again, just to say that if you have a business idea and you want to start, I know you're nervous about it. All you need is the right eyes and ears on the ground. If you are the talent, I will be the system that's building out everything for you in the background in order for you to flourish. You need to work on your creativity, and I will work on the other end to making your business marketable so that you can actually have an audience and you can sustain yourself on that.
That's right. And Talawa Caribe is continuing to do just what it is they mandated they were going to do. And we caught up with the two proprietors. The last time you saw this two, we were talking, listen, these two are very active, and we like active, you understand? Positively active at that. We like that because it shows that, you know what, we're not just trying to jump on a hype here and grab something. We are committed to what we are set out to do, and we're sticking to a plan. And that is why you're going to continue to see them both here. Kaja here, and my good friend
Mox.
Jamal, you know, Jamal have too many names. That's what confusing me, you know. 1 minute Mox, 1 minute Minor of Xavier, 1 minute this. Well, yeah, it's the same thing. Minor of Xavier is Mox. Right. But this time we're falling under the Talawa Caribe brand. You guys have had a mental health school tour ongoing for, well, almost 3 weeks now.
Yes.
So I want to get a little bit of sense of what that was about, because we understand your connection to that. We understand your connection to that. We understand you merging the creativity and the creative and the artistry together with that. What has that been like?
Beautiful, excellent, heart-touching, also very warming, because you're able to see schools from all districts, able to see students, all levels, forms, age groups. So it's very nice. Yes, It's very healing. I'll say that.
What was the man? Well, of course, mental health, but zeroing down on me from what exactly you brought into the schools.
Oh well, we were able to have a word with the students to speak about emotional intelligence. We were able to have like guided meditation as well as some movement exercises. So we came in and have a little stretching with the children because you know that's important. You know, to get them to move, to get them to shake themselves off after whichever that they're going through in the morning, wherever. Like just get them started for the day. And we were able to do some trivia questions with them just to get them to be more aware as to like how they can like work on emotional intelligence and how they can build more of a positive conversation, whether it be amongst their peers, whether it be amongst their parents. And just get them to like rewire themselves and get them to train and work on themselves. Yes, grounding themselves.
Now, you, the expert here now, tell me about, what the strategies that was used. Was it strategies used before? How effective are they? What did you see coming from, performing them here amongst our students?
Yes. So oftentimes we don't have practical tools in order to heal ourselves, to reduce anxiety, to reduce stress. So stretching is important because it connects us to our parasympathetic nervous system. And so that is why it reduces stress, because it enacts our rest and digest. So those things are important to discuss. We discussed it briefly, but again, with the trivia, we're able to interact with them and help them digest also the information that we're expressing with them. And then also, emotional intelligence is so important if we're able to manage our emotions, understand them, and then also understand that of others. So expressing that in a way where they can laugh, enjoy things with each other, and then we can also kind of kid with them too. Because although we are adults, we go through the same things. Yeah. So we can't necessarily put ourselves on a pedestal over them. We are all human beings, and we're meant to guide each other. Absolutely. So that is part of the theme as well.
Right. So were there any point in there where you present scenarios where that forced difference of opinion and learning to appreciate and accept that there will be those, and what happens when those comes about? Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yes. I often open with some of the experiences that I've had in my past, in college and in school. And I won't give everything away, so you have to attend to see what's going on. But they're able to see that I made some very terrible mistakes growing up. And so it's not to judge. It's not to say, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. It's to say, why are you doing this? Why did I do this? Why do we make these decisions? And how can we make better ones? Yes. And one of the acronyms that I use is STD. It's funny because we're like, nobody wants an STD. But it stands for stop, think, and direct. So it's something that they can think about. How do I stop in my emotion in the moment, think forward, and direct myself in the best way possible?
Oh,
nice.
Like this.
Yes.
Right. So we have about 2 more schools to go.
Yes, we do.
Right. Well,
yes.
Round it up for me, because if you've covered quite a few night schools, right. So connected with Kaja here, definitely House of Xavier and under the Talawa Caribbean brand has definitely been making some very strategic moves. Instrumental as well, very beneficial, and targeting the youth is we see the result of targeting the youth. I won't say any more, but what would be the take home in that for you, and how do you intend to build on that? This is your home, man.
Yes, it is. It's been a lot of data collection, to say the least. It's a matter of understanding where this current generation, where the youth is now, as far as like emotional intelligence and how they do maneuver through their issues, or how were they able to like start or open a space or leave a space open for persons to be able to speak about their emotions, about heavy feelings. Also to having that a relation with their counselors, with the school counselors. Before breaking the stigma, we were able to have the whole event with the counselors, and now with the school, so we were able to like meet the counselors up front and the school counselors specifically to be able to like speak to them and also get them to understand more what the students are like going through, because more times they don't have that, like there's a bit of a disconnect between the students and the counselors. So all that too is like being able to build that bond amongst each other, and of course with the sharing the stories, the students get a chance to share their own stories. And all that is a matter of like, okay, so now we're helping each other. Now the student body is now like being able to have that communication with each other, and now we don't have to they don't have to necessarily like rely on us per se, because like you all have the floor now to do it amongst ourselves. So now it's been great.
Wonderful. Well, listen, this is vital. You know, we probably need a whole day to sit and talk about that, but we definitely got to wrap up. What would be the take home?
Just treat yourself as best as you can every single day, no matter the age, no matter the experience. And just know that you too deserve compassion, deserve love, and try your best to give it to yourself first and foremost. Yeah, that is it.
Listen, man, they're working. They're working. Thank you.
Welcome to your holistic path to wellness with Dr. Tanya Bobran. Let's talk about our mental health. Today, I want to invite you to pause and take a moment to check in with yourself, because your mental health matters. Not just when you're in crisis, not just when you feel like you're falling apart, but every single day. I know what it feels like to keep going when you're feeling empty, to smile on the outside when you're feeling overwhelmed on the inside. I've lived through burnout. I've sat in silence with anxiety, and I had to walk the path back to myself. And what I've learned is that mental health is not just the absence of illness, it's the presence of peace, clarity, connection, and joy. So how do we restore, reclaim, and replenish our mental well-being? I'm going to share 3 simple, powerful tools that I use in my More Joy method. And the first one is to create space to feel. We live in a world that tells us to stay busy, to keep being strong, to keep going no matter how we're feeling. But true healing starts when we allow ourselves to slow down and to feel. I urge you to take about 5 minutes a day. Sit quietly and ask yourself, what do I need right now? You'd be amazed at what your body and your heart will say, if you're willing to listen. And the second tool is to move gently, but breathe deeply. Mental health lives in our bodies. Gentle movement like walking, stretching, dancing will help shift our stuck energy. And deep breathing will calm our nervous system almost instantaneously. Try this simple technique. Inhale for 4, hold the inhale for 4, exhale for 6, and repeat that 3 times. That simple tool is a reset, and that's a tool for mental hygiene. And the third tip is to connect with something greater than ourselves, with prayer, meditation, journaling, sitting down in nature. When we connect with something greater than ourselves, we remember we're not alone. And that brings us hope, even on the hardest days. Remember, your mental health is sacred. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are human. And being human means giving ourselves permission to feel, to rest, to reach out for help, and to heal. Let's make a commitment to ourselves to choose presence over perfection, grace over guilt, and joy over just getting by. I'm Dr. Tanya Bobran. Let's honor our mental health together.
And there you go, guys. Another beautiful Wednesday here in the Helen of the West. We're getting closer and closer to our Christmas show on DBS. We're excited about that as well. Mrs. Claus coming through. Don't worry, we come in. But nonetheless, wait for that. That's coming up. But that's our show for today, Wednesday. Go out and have an awesome day today. Be good to each other. And we'll do it again tomorrow. But here's the other thing that I want you to ponder upon as we leave. Never assume that the person of peace is unskilled at war. Don't do it.